Hello everyone, in this video let us learn how to fetch the list of all the dashboards in your Jira instance. So let us continue our journey exploring Jira REST API, and today I thought I'll go through the same page, the documentation where you have the list of all the things that you can do with the REST API. So I thought, let us just let us just do simple things, of course, and let us just go through the page from the very top, and I'll probably show you things that you can easily do with the REST API, and it will really make your life a lot easier. So when you're working with Jira, you are hopefully aware that we have something called as a dashboard. As a dashboard is basically a place where users can create their reports. So you would use the dashboards to basically track the work, and on a dashboard you have different gadgets. Now, when you're working with the dashboards first of all need to have an owner. So dashboards are usually associated with someone in your Jira instance, and you can also share your dashboards. Now, when it comes to fetching the list of dashboards in your Jira instance, so there is a simple API, there is a simple REST endpoint, REST slash API slash 3 slash dashboard. So this is very simple. If you simply use this endpoint, and if you try to use, of course, a get method, it will give you a simple JSON file with a list of all the dashboards. But um, I also want to show you a few of the things that you can do with this, like how to basically get the most out of it. So if I look at my list of dashboards, I have 4 dashboards. You can take a look at the dashboards here, like creative team project, uh, next gen, next gen, and next gen, and these are all owned by me. And the default dashboard is, of course, the default dashboard. It is at the system level. Now, you have the name of the dashboard, you have the owner, and you can also share your dashboard. So the first one is the first dashboard is shared with all the roles, all the project roles in a creative team project, and it has been starred by one person. So starred means that making it as a favorite dashboard. So let us say if you have 4 people in your Jira instance who have starred this dashboard, they will always be able to easily access it. Um, Now, you can also have a private dashboard to see how it works when you're trying to fetch or I should say get list of dashboards. You will use the same endpoint, and of course I have done my authentication here. You can look at the first video in this playlist, where you can see and learn how to authenticate. You basically need to generate, if you're on cloud, you need to generate one API key that you can use. Now, if I click on the send button, it will give me a 200 response. It means that it worked. And I can see here that we have 4 dashboards that we can retrieve. Now, always remember that whenever you're working with REST API in Jira, you need to authenticate, of course, in most cases. Uh, Now, the user or the authentication that you will be using, let us say if I have generated one API key for my account, then whatever you can do from the UI or whatever you're trying to do with the REST API, it really depends on the permissions you have. So anyone can use REST API, and they can do whatever they are supposed to do based on the permission. So if I'm able to see 4 dashboards here, it means that there could be more dashboards in the system, but these are the dashboards that I can access from the UI and also using the REST API. But there could be more. And if you want to get the list of all the dashboards, then of course it depends on the permissions, and we'll of course talk about um, how to manage permissions later on. I think if you're using REST API, I guess I'm assuming that you're already aware how Jira administration works, but I thought I'll mention it, that how REST API works is basically the permissions or whatever you can do with REST API is defined and controlled by your permissions in Jira. Now let us take a look at the JSON file here. And before I talk about the JSON file, I just want to quickly mention here that using this particular endpoint, it says that maximum results 20. So you have the option to control it, and if you pass one more parameter, like if you say max results is equal to 2, and if you click on the button now, it will give you only 2 results. So you can actually control it, and these things are of course mentioned on the page that I showed you earlier. Like if you go to the reference document here, you will find the information here about these aspects, like all the parameters that you can pass. And let us take a look at the JSON file here. So this particular JSON file, if I try to maybe remove my, okay, so now we have all the 4 dashboards. So if you take a look at the JSON file, you can take a look at the name of the dashboard. You can take a look at the owner. You can take a look at the popularity rank, and if this is a favorite dashboard, so you will be able to basically fetch these things using REST API. Now, if you look at the share permissions, it is right now saying that this particular dashboard is shared with type project. So it is basically showing you that anyone who is part of this particular project called creative team, and there is also something called as role. So if it is empty, it means that it is shared by, I mean, it is basically shared with all the roles in this particular project. Now, this is actually in line with what you see here, like creative team, all roles. But if you take a look at the default dashboard, it says public. So let us go back to the JSON file, and if I take a look at my second default dashboard, it is currently, it says currently share permissions global. So it is a global, it is basically public. And if I look at my third one, the third one is basically private, so it is empty. So let us try to share it with someone. And if I click on edit and share it, and if I want, I can give this permission to project and then role. Let us do that. So I want this new next gen dashboard to be shared with everyone, or rather I should say, maybe also there are no roles defined in this particular project, but let us just share it with maybe, let me just take a look at, okay, so clone iOS project, all roles. So this is one of the share, and I also want to share it with one group, let us say my site admins. So we have done some sharing here, and if I go back to my uh, my REST API, and if I click on the send button again, let us take a look at the changes now. So right now it is, I mean, we are talking about new next gen project. So you can see those two shares uh, in the JSON file as well. So the first one is group. It says that uh, site admin, and the second one is project, which is my clone iOS, and roles is blank. So there is, because it is right now all roles. So I hope you're trying to follow me that if you are doing the same thing from REST API, you, I mean, of course, you need to, of course, have some access to UI as well, because when you are looking at the UI, you can relate. And if you're trying to understand how JSON response works, you're trying to understand the specifications, you can take a look at the reference document for, I mean, this is your ultimate, you know, source of truth. But in most cases, if you know the endpoint, like the endpoint is a REST API 3 dashboard, if you just use this tool, API tester tool, I'm using this Talend API tester. If you run this, and if you take a look at the JSON file, try to spend some time on the response and play around with the different parameters. And by looking at the JSON file, you will learn a lot about how Jira works and how you can use this particular endpoint or any specific endpoint. So um, we will continue our journey exploring the Jira REST API, and I'm doing these short videos, because on my channel, Jira REST API or the videos, few videos I made on this topic is basically, or those videos are one of the most uh, watched videos, and people want to do more things with REST API. So that is why I'm creating more videos on REST API, and I thought I will, of course, show you how you can do simple things, but later on I will also do some coding. I'll also show you how you can do the same thing using Groovy. And I'm using Groovy here because on my channel I'm also creating a lot of videos on learning Groovy. The name of the playlist is called Mastering Groovy, and in the next or in near future, I will definitely be talking about uh, doing the same thing that we just did using the Talend API tester, where of course we are trying to understand the JSON response, and we are basically trying to test the endpoint. So basically, when you are able to validate the response, or you are able to do few simple things using the browser extension Talend API tester, you can then easily write code for it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much.